Good morning, it's Caitlin Tukey Palmer with Amherst Madison. This morning I'm just bringing you a brief overview of what's going on in the Treasure Valley market and then specifically talking to you, the millennial and the first-time home buyer. So the new and back on market properties in Ada County, there's 85. And then specifically since we're talking to first-time home buyers potentially, under $250,000, there are 31 new properties on the market for you in Ada County. That's a great news for you. And then there was 491 properties that were residential properties that were closed on in the last month. And then jumping over to Canyon County, there are 38 new listings, residential listings, and then 30 that are under 250,000. So you can see that Canyon County has a lot lower average there. And then there was 295 that were closed in Canyon County. So that's a little bit about what's going on in the market. And then I wanted to talk to you first-time home buyers and specifically millennials about how to purchase a home and how to afford a home. Now, statistically, millennials have more student debt, less income, less financial support than the past two generations did when they were at this age range. And so what I'm also seeing that is kind of discouraging people from taking that leap into home ownership is the belief that you have to have 20% down to purchase a house. So what that means is that if you're buying a $100,000 house, you're going to have to come up with $20,000 out of pocket to buy that house and then get an $80,000 loan. Guys, that simply is not true. It's not true. There are actually throughout the entire nation 2,406 programs available to help home ownership, to come up with programs to enable you to be able to get into a home no matter what your circumstances. So programs for low down payment, low income, and low credit. So actually just some stats. For a conventional 30-year loan right now, the average down payment on that is 17.46%. So still, you're under 20%. And then for an FHA, which is the Federal Housing Administration, which was made back in the Great Depression to promote home ownership and just help out with that, a loan through FHA, you're looking at a down payment average of 14.8%, still under 20%. However, when it comes to millennials right now, the average down payment for a millennial is 7%. And that's not specifically for a millennial, that's just what the statistics are showing that millennials are putting down. So 7% average. And then you guys, there are programs out there that offer 5% down payment, 3% down payment, and even 0 down payment. One off the top of mind is Rural Development, which is still available out in Kuna for a limited time. Who knows how long that's still going to be out there. So the best way to find out what's going to work for you and your situation is to reach out to a lender. Reach out to me. I can guide you and to some really great lenders and see where you're at. Can you afford to buy a house right now? Because chances are you can, and you just haven't thought about it that way and looked into it. And you guys, maybe even you're not quite there yet. You can talk to a lender, look at what specifically you need to work on to get you to that point the fastest way possible. Stop spending rent, paying somebody else's mortgage. Rents are high. They're increasing at almost the same rate as home prices. So that's just going to make it harder and harder to save for you. So quit paying somebody else's mortgage. Look at investing in yourself and see how you can get to that point. Again, I'm here to help anytime. And then one other thing, if you've bought a house and you're like, man, there's so many great home ownership or first-time homeowners programs out there, I wish I could take advantage of that. You actually can if you haven't bought a house for 3 years or haven't owned your house for 3 years. So maybe you bought down at the crash and then maybe you lost your house, but now you haven't owned one for 3 years. You're technically a homeowner, or you've lived out of state you're a new first-time home buyer. So that's another thing to consider. Again, the best way to find out what works for you, reach out to a professional. And make sure it's a professional, guys. Do your research, because this is a huge deal, and the professionals and the people that take it seriously can make your life so much easier. Thanks for tuning in. If you have any questions, just reach out to me. Hope you have an awesome week, and let's buy you a house or sell. Thanks.